This could almost be one of those, here your 15 seconds of shutting the hell up. You've probably seen those commercials where you'll be watching TV and suddenly it says, you know, be quiet for 15 seconds. You have some of the authentic sights and sounds, especially of bikers squeaking to a stop, switching gears, and playing their music out loud. Hey, stay in your lane, Junior. Central Park, Sunday, May, in the middle of a global pandemic. And you would never know it if you clear your mind for a moment and just take in the beauty of this park. I just want to point this out. On the running trail in Central Park, there are directional markers on the ground clearly indicating which way you should walk. And I just wish New York City sidewalks had these, because people just don't get it. If you stay to the right, you don't smash into people. That's just the way it goes. By and large, you're going to keep your masks on, but again, if you're on a walking trail and there's like literally no one behind you, I mean, I can use this camera as an aid to make sure that there's no one creeping up on me, and I see the person who just passed me is well ahead. Here are some more people, and again, I'm going to try staying to the right and see what happens. See how well that works? I stayed to the right, they veered to the right. That's how it's supposed to work. Coming to one of the more picturesque parts of the park, it's also a particular hill that if you're running it, you will see bikers start to walk their bikes, and runners start to wish that their lungs had greater capacity. And I always know we're getting to it because of this ridge up here. This is also a good time to point out that if you're a runner or walker, it's a very good idea to literally stay in your lane. Ditto if you're a biker, stay in your lane. There's nothing worse for a runner than a biker hot dogging it up a hill and then veering into the runner's lane just because they're being careless. It's not safe. Just as if it's not safe for a runner to veer into the biker lane. Just try not to do that. And you can kind of see there's a little bit of labored breathing for people on scooters. This is a killer hill. I actually used to have to run it in high school, just to show you how long I've been alive. Let's say that again. It's a nice day today, so Yorkers are being extra. So here we are at Sheep Meadow. If you went to high school with me, then you know this view very well. This is the part of the park that was very accessible from my old high school, the McBurney School at Central Park West and 63rd Street. During lunchtime, we would come out here and indulge in all sorts of recreational pursuits, sunbathing, X and Y. You can fill in X and Y yourself. But I just want to give you a sense of what Sheep Meadow is during the age of COVID-19. At first glance, it's a little shocking because it looks like it's at capacity and people really aren't social distancing, and certainly the police are here to enforce some measure of distancing. But you can see there's a sign here to remind people, and as we pan across the meadow, you can see that people are in fact keeping their distance. It is again just a little jarring to see what we used to call, and still call, New York City's beach, populated in a beach-like way on a beach day. But this is life in New York City today. People still asking each other what kinds of dogs they have, sitting with their bikes in the meadow, sunbathing, snacking, just like always. Families playing. A good reminder that if you have kids, particularly ones that would ordinarily be on a sports team or going to gym, to try to get them outside. The only way to do that, I have found the hard way, is to set an example. My wife went out earlier. She couldn't get anyone to take a walk with her. I tried to get people to come on this walk with me, and my son said, "I'm good. I'm good." He said over his shoulder as he went back to playing Minecraft or whatever it was. So this is one of those times where, as a parent, you really do have to kind of put your foot down and say, if you guys really want pizza for dinner, if you really want to make Dole Whips, which is what my kids have planned, if anyone wants to have dinner, then you need to take a walk first. We're coming up on the carousel, the famous Central Park carousel, which at the moment I have to imagine is closed.
That was a weekday. That was a weeknight.
There are, by the way, several different ways to walk this part of the park. There is the walking, running part of the path that I was on, and then there's a divider, a wooden divider that you can easily step over, and then there's just more of a pure walking part here that gets you more into the interior of the park and all the goings on. You can walk on either. Again, stay to the right. It's just common courtesy and common sense. I tend to make a much bigger deal out of it than I should, but you know, that's what I do. It's interesting because every time I walk through here, I see something new. I think it's a solar panel up there. But as I suspected, the famous merry-go-round or carousel in Central Park is not operating, which is sad because in addition to the pure enjoyment of having your children enjoy what is arguably one of the most famous carousels in the world, you kind of miss the sound of that music that is ingrained in the brain of every New Yorker who's ever spent time here. It'll be back though. I'm going to take another minute just to enjoy this. You can definitely enjoy the sounds of Central Park. You can hear that musician. You can hear birdsong. I even might let myself smell. It smells like feet. No, seriously, it smells like, I don't know. It's vegetal, floral. It smells nice, woodsy, flowers. Something actually perfumey, which might very well be perfume. But you know what? I'm not taking it for granted. It smells great. I don't know what kind of bird that is. I don't much care, with all due respect.